Murphy's with me, securities lawyer from joins me from Virginia. When I read what he said, I could certainly see and make an argument. Some would say, well, he shouldn't have said this and he shouldn't have said that. Was there anything that jumped out at you that sort of has a big red flag on it?
Well, for a lawyer, the big red flag is that he did the interview at all. Of course, no lawyer here in the United States would encourage a client to do that. He had a very good law firm that represented him briefly, and my understanding is they fired him. What surprised me is he did a very good job of sticking to his talking points. His talking points were, I didn't do anything wrong intentionally. I may have been negligent. I may have breached fiduciary obligations, but those two things get you sued, get you penalized. They don't get you to jail. And so he steered clear of anything that sounded like intentional misconduct. And he's a very, very bright man and managed to do that for an hour.
Because that's what's required, isn't there? I mean, it's not just enough to be incompetent or foolish and stupid. You have to have the mens rea. You have to intend to commit the components of the crime. But then you get an entire raft of ways in which the US managed to get people before the criminal courts. Mail fraud is always a good one, isn't it? Anything that might involve sending something through the post is always a good way when you can't prove something else.
Well, you've nailed it, Richard. That's what I would expect the prosecutors to go for. We're told that there is an active investigation. I hope that's true. And they don't have to prove that there was securities fraud. They can go with mail-in wire fraud. You're spot on. And if the money of customers was misappropriated and given to this affiliated company, Alameda, that is a fraud and should qualify under the statutes. And I sincerely hope that our Department of Justice is looking at it very hard.
From your information on the DOJ and from what you understand, what's their thinking on crypto and crypto crime? I know they're very hefty, they're very heavy, for example, on all sorts of cyber crimes, which are important. But at the moment, is crypto crime regarded, where it's not state actors or state sponsored, is it just regarded as something that's an accident waiting to happen?
Well, the DOJ has formed a particular working group to focus exclusively on crypto crime. The SEC, which is a civil enforcement agency, has bulked up significantly in their enforcement group to go after crypto fraudsters civilly, to penalize them and get their money. So I think the United States is taking it seriously, and there is some embarrassment that there are now so many victims, both in the United States and in the UK. By the way, 8% of the account holders in FTX are resident in the UK, and then another 40% are in tax havens like Cayman Islands, Bermuda, and BVI, where there are likely UK citizens participating through entities located there in those tax havens. So we're wondering, we're waiting, but the U.S. did enter into an extradition treaty with the Bahamas in 1994. There is a legal right now for the United States to demand that the Bahamas turn over Mr. Bankman-Fried to U.S. authorities. That demand has not yet been made.
No, and of course, then it's got to go. Something tells me that'll, even if and when, it will last a long time, those legal proceedings. I'm grateful, sir. We'll talk more about this as we get further details. Thank you for taking time tonight.